Ray's Sports and Slams is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
What's up? Ray's Sports and Slams, we are back. It is Monday, 4/20, and we are back at it again. I want to thank everybody for watching. Like, share, subscribe to boinkstudios.com, where you can find everything from sports to music, entertainment, pop culture, and a little of everything, basically. Again, like, share, subscribe, boinkstudios.com. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. We have a lot going on today, and the good news is the trifecta is back. We are all in the building. Let me bring back the man, Mr. Walter Duncan. What's up, sir?
Hey, what's up? Walt D in the building. Glad to be back, Ray, all day. Back with my fellas, America. We're here.
It is good to see you, man. I am happy you are back. Things were not the same without you. I have to admit, I will say this live on the show. Missed you a lot, dude.
Yeah, man.
Let me, before we start the show, are you a little hungry?
You know what? I could go for some dessert. Yeah.
You know, I know someone who has dessert, and I think he's very hungry. Let me bring him on, Mr. Mack Garvin. What's up? The president of the Wimpy Hater Society.
Absolutely, in America. So today I have to do something that I'm not a fan of. I have to eat what is called humble pie, America. Full disclosure, I am here. It is in hand. I'm going to enjoy this meal. You will all remember 2 weeks ago. But I will say this.
Yes, refresh everybody's memory.
Yeah, so, well, let me also say this, America. I am live on location down in sunny Florida, enjoying the house of the mouse called Walt Disney. So we're having a great time. And I told the wife, hey, I got to do my show. And she says to me, oh, you brought your laptop? I'm like, yeah. I said, the last 2 weeks, we've not both been on the show. I said, so this week I need to make sure. She's like, okay. I'm like, absolutely, babe, absolutely. So, America, the reason why this pie is taking place, for those who remember, 2 weeks ago, was the NCAA National Championships. I 100% vouched for UConn to win the game. And my lovely cohorts on the show, I said to them both, I said, you guys must be smoking or drinking something to think that UConn is going to lose. And you're like, Mac, bro, I'm telling you, it's going to be an epic game. I'm like, I know Michigan, bro. They just got here, blah, blah, blah. And they lost. So the wager was eat some humble pie live on the show. Here you go, America.
Looks good.
Yeah, I'm a man of my word.
You are a man of your word, and you get an applause for that. Let me applaud you. Good for you,
America.
brother.
From time to time, we will all summon each other. Say, is this a humble moment or in the looming? Is there some pie on the line? So my coworkers will also acquire a shirt at some point.
I already ordered my shirt, so I know at some point I will be wearing it.
Yep.
Absolutely. And America, if you want us to put up or shut up and do another, let us know. Like, I think y'all should have some pie on this, right now. Sounds like y'all need a pie moment. Let us know, America. We're all for it.
All for it, dude. We're all for it. It looks good, man. Enjoy your pie.
Yeah.
Walt, that's right. Me and Walt want to say one thing. We told you so.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I'll take all the heat. Pour it on.
Do you want to do the heat first, Walt? You want me to bring it first? I'll flip coin. It's up to you.
No, look, man, we tried to tell you it's okay. So look, obviously we weren't the ones that were smoking or drinking that day. It's all good.
All right, I will just end it with this. Mac, I'm glad you weren't driving because it's not good to drink and drive. I hope you enjoy your pie. I told you so. I'm sorry, we told you so.
That's right.
All right, take it like a G. All right, we're going to start with the Major League Baseball and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Right now, this team looks unstoppable. This team is stacked and packed. I'm going to go through this lineup. And I'm going to tell you why the Dodgers are unstoppable. Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Tucker, Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy, Andy Pages. I can leave it right there. This team right now, God forbid something happens, someone gets hurt. I don't see how this team does not go to the World Series and probably win it. They look that good. They have pitching. Now they have one of the best closers in baseball. You have arguably the best player in baseball. I don't see how this team could fall apart right now. I think they're just stacked. They paid for this team, and money talks and anyone else walks. Dude, I watched this team play, and they're a well-oiled machine. Everybody can hit. The pitchers can pitch. The closer knows how to close. No, there's not a weakness on this team. I look at this lineup top to bottom, and I'm like, wow, who's it guaranteed out? Maybe you could say it's Max Muncy. Maybe you could say it's Kim. But other than that, dude, like I said, Freeman, O'Shawney, Tucker, right there, dude. And they're going to get Mookie Betts back. Like, this team is just loaded. Osho Hanatani is a phenomenon that I've never seen before in baseball. Guy can pitch. Guy can hit. It's insane. So, again, I don't know how you're going to stop this team other than, God forbid, someone gets hurt. And, Otani, God forbid, knockwood, is out for the season or something drastic like that because, dude, it's crazy. I'm going to kick it to Walt first. What do you think of this team, and how far do you think they're going to end up going ultimately?
Man, they're a super team, right? Like they're absolutely loaded, like you were saying. I think until proven otherwise, they're the team to beat in the league, and I think that, they have the pitching, they have the closing, they have all the superstars, that they need on this team to take them far. Even if one person does get injured, you still have such a massive, talented roster that they can probably still win, even if one or two guys go down. That's how loaded they are. Think about that. The four guys you named are just you didn't mention Mookie until recently. You say they're gonna get him back, right?
Yeah.
So like, come on, they have everything. They have it all. I'm a little irritated by it because I'm just like, why did baseball allow this to happen? But look, the Dodgers are like, hey, baseball has this loophole. This is what we're doing, and we can just shift some of that money from the contracts into the future. And it is what it is. Like, I think they're trying to become a dynasty, right? This is their second World Series in how many years now?
Like 3 or 4.
4 years.
Yeah, so like they're trying to become a dynasty. They've waited so long, and now that they have that taste of winning again, look, they want to grasp it as long as they can.
And they even upgraded their closer and got Edwin Diaz. The one small little flaw. Now, dude, like, all right, Mac, what you got, brother?
Listen, Feld, I was getting ready to say, Ray, I was going to just mention Edwin Diaz. They just got him, and Kyle Tucker. Let's not hate on Tucker. I mean, at this point, there's a 19-20% chance that they can win it all again because there's just so many factors, and we're only like 20 games into the season. However, like America, real fact, real history, let's talk about what it really comes down to. Money talks and everything else walks, Ray, like you mentioned. The last time we've seen a three-peat was the Yankees, 1998 to 2000 season. It's been a long time. However, this is one of them deals where everyone hated the Yankees at one point, like 90s, 2000s. You're just riding the wave. You know what I mean? They had the money back then to get the players, and here we are again. I'm not mad at the Dodgers. If you don't like it, do something about it. I understand the revenue, the money. Like the Colorado Rockies they have a team, right? They've got one. The Florida Marlins have a team. However, you're right, the disparity in the money. It's not my fault that you're out in Miami and there's so many other things to do besides watch baseball. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Tampa Bay, Rays, they're out there too. Well, that's another baseball. Well, bro, it's your fault that you just chose to have this franchise out there. Like, it's one of those things where everyone hates when you're the best. And Ric Flair, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo!
All right, let me ask you guys this. We talked about this before, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but the compensation factor is huge. The Dodgers have the highest payroll in baseball. They're able to pay these guys. These small market teams, it forms a bit of disparity because if I'm the Pirates, how do I ever get to this level? We don't have the resources, the financial resources to get to Dodger level. How can I do this? I'm not going to be able to develop homegrown talent to get players like Kyle Tucker, to get players like Diaz. So how do those guys elevate themselves? The Florida Marlins don't have a great payroll. So it's like, it's very difficult, Mac. I'll let you kick this off. Like, if you're the Pittsburgh Pirates, what are you going to do to eventually get to this level?
The irony of MLB, and this has been on the table, if not for the last couple years, of putting a salary cap in place. This is exactly why they need a salary cap. They're the last sport. What maybe I'll have to double check if hockey does not. I'm almost sure hockey does. But the 4 major sports in the United States, I'm only talking U.S., that don't have a salary cap, I do believe is baseball. And this is an example now of why they should. They should have in the 2000s when the Yankees were killing everybody, but they didn't for whatever reason why. And now we see the consequences. This is really the consequences. If this is not a good reason now, especially if they three-peat, will be a great discussion to say we can't have this anymore.
All right. Excellent points, Mac. I love it. Mm-hmm. Walt, what you got, brother?
No, I have to agree with Max. You know, Mac hit the nail on the head there again, like he always seems to do, except for with the NCAA championship.
Oh yeah, hold on. I'll eat another pie. Need another piece.
You're right. You're absolutely right. MLB does not. They don't have a hard salary cap, and I think they definitely need one. They do have the CBT, which is the competitive balance tax, which is almost like that tax, that luxury tax in the NBA. When the teams have like huge salaries on their roster, they pay a luxury tax to have them on there. So that's in baseball as well. But I think that the Dodgers are taking advantage of the loopholes. They're a storied franchise, and players want to play for those franchises because of the lore behind those things. And so I think, until baseball does a better job of reining these things in and making the disparity lessen, I don't think there's anything we can really do about it until baseball changes it. Look, I think the only way that teams can compete against them is, watching the tape, coaching, and, having good games against them, and look, we've seen things like this happen. Like, who beat the Yankees in the World Series? The Marlins, right? The Yankees had a superior team that year, and here comes the Marlins, some gutsy guys and some good players, but on paper that should have been a 4-game sweep. So look, I don't want to write anybody else off, because anybody in the MLB that made it to that level is elite at the sport, because there's tons of players that play the sport and only a few make it to the MLB. So right now the Dodgers are looking like world beaters, but we'll see at the end of the year what happens.
All right. On the other side of the coin, the Mets are looking like fresh hot dog biscuit pooty poo. I don't know what happened with this team, but I'm going to go through this lineup. You have Carson Bench. Who is he? I don't know either, but he's a rookie that decided to make the team, and he is garbage. Bo Bichette, solid. Francisco Lindor, solid. Luis Robert Jr., solid. Here's where the truck comes back. MJ Melendez, who is he? What does he do? I don't know. Mark Vientos, waste of time. Brett Beatty, waste of skin, waste of time. Marcus Seaman, waste of space, waste of time. Francisco Alvarez, waste of space, waste of time. I'm going to start this off. I'm not going to blame Carlos Mendoza, because you only can manage what you have. You got rid of your closer for Devin Haney, a reliever that was terrible last year, but now, Devin Williams, I apologize. Devin Williams, who was terrible last year, and now you bring him back, and now he's terrible again. I don't know what's going on. I blame the general manager. I think they spent so much money on Bichette and Soto and Lindor that they didn't save any money for some of these other players. You didn't have to have 3 A+ players. You could have said, hey, let me get Soto and 2 B+ players, and then enough B's. You didn't have to get D's and F's on this team. Like you didn't balance your team right. So David Stearns, you gotta go, dude. You ruined this team. They play with no heart. I'm sure Carlos Mendoza will get fired because it always goes back to the coach. And I feel bad because I actually like him and I think he's a good coach. I don't necessarily blame him because, you only could do so much. You can't get blood out of a turnip. However, it's going to end up falling on him. And Mendoza, unfortunately, I think he's going to end up getting the shaft in this. Unless they turn this around, which I don't know how. They were up 1-0 in the bottom of the ninth yesterday. Devin Williams did what Devin Williams does.
Yep.
I was like, man, oh man, no wonder the Yankees got rid of this guy. He is garbage. Mack, I know you're laughing, ready to go. What you got, brother?
So America, I'll remind everyone, we all know that Ray is a diehard Lakers fan, right? America, we should know that. You can tell by the background colors and the logo. The guy's got a Lakers shirt on today.
Oh, however, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, however, what you may not know is that Ray is also a diehard Mets fan. Yeah. So please call in and bag on him because he's a diehard Mets fan. Now, full disclosure, they signed Bo Bichette. He was stoked. He was through the roof. We didn't really talk about it. But they did sign some players, bro. It's just got to come together. I mean, they did get Lou Roberts also too, Jr. Louis Roberts Jr. Okay. They got Tommy Pham, some major league guys. He's in a minor league. He moved up to Toronto. So like they did get players. They're just not household names like America wants to see. Now, full disclosure, America, full disclosure. 5 episodes ago, Ray was through the roof, ready to pull his hair out and his chin hairs about what are the Mets doing. We're a nightmare. I don't know what our GM is doing. He was really angry. And I'm like, they got to do something, bro. And then, of course, when they signed at least a solid player, he's like, okay, Bo Bichette was a good pickup. We thought, but here we are. So this is the problem that every organization goes through when you were winning. However, I'll say this again, America. When you are a major market team, and there's something that happens with your franchise, if your franchise is successful and popular enough, it becomes national news. The Mets, just like the Yankees, kind of like Giants and Jets, they're in its major market. And when a trade or announcement happens with their team, it makes it to all the national networks. The Colorado Rockies have a team. We'll never hear nothing about them. The Florida Marlins have a team. We'll never hear anything about them because they're not a relevant franchise like the Lakers are and just like the Mets and Yankees are. So, of course, when they're not doing well, it's national news. A lot of teams aren't doing well. However, we don't hear about them. So, I don't know. That's all I got.
All right, Walt. You're going to be the voice of reason. What do you got?
So, I think with the Mets, we still have to, wait and see what this team is going to be. Yes, they're stinking it up right now. We're only almost a quarter of the way in. We're not even a quarter of the way into the season yet.
Yeah. Like
so
20 games.
Yeah, I think we have to wait and see, give them some time. I will say this though, like last year, they were one of the hottest teams coming out. I think they started like 16-7, and they were really good for their first 60 games. And then it all kind of went downhill from there. I think they went 83-79 the rest of the season, and they missed the playoffs last year. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing, right? We're seeing that latter half team of 2025, and it kind of translated over. So they have to shake themselves. I don't know if they need to have a team meeting yet. They have the players. They have the talent. They just have to sort those things out and figure out, okay, what are we doing wrong? What is it? The coaching? Is it the hitting coaches? Is it the pitching coaches? Is it what is going on? What we need to have a come to Jesus moment. Now is the time. It's getting close to come to that point. But I think, hey, give them a little bit more. See where they're at as it gets to that, like a third of the season getting done underway. And once that happens, if they're not even better, I think then that is cause for concern to really say, like, okay, guys, look, we're a third of the way into the season. You guys are still stinking it up. Do we start making trades and fire sell and bust this thing open?
All right, let me ask you two guys this. I'll kick this off, and I want to throw it to Walt. You needed a new second baseman. You replaced him with Marcus Seaman. You needed a new first baseman. You replaced him with Mark Vientos. Your DH right now is MJ Melendez. I equate this with, hey, I have a pair of sneakers with a missing shoelace on my left shoe. Let me trade it with your shoe, Walt, but your right shoelace is missing. You're trading garbage for garbage. I don't understand this. Why would you not upgrade? Hey, we don't think Alonso's the first baseman of the future. He strikes out a lot, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, all right. And to their credit, Alonso's not having a great season. But you replace him with Mark Vientos, who's worse. He's not better. He's worse. Your second baseman, he can't hit, can't get on base, blah, blah, blah. Marcus Seaman. Mac, do you know who he is? Neither do I. You're replacing garbage with garbage. I don't understand. Instead, the garbage smells worse. You added 2 diapers instead of 3 diapers in the garbage can. Francisco Alvarez, the catcher, can hit, can't throw anybody out. Again, you're not upgrading these positions that are key. First, second, catcher, garbage, garbage, garbage. F, F, F. Walt, floor is yours.
Look, I think that what they traded for was the Marcus Semien. I'll speak to him. I think they traded for him because I think as of 2025, he was a top 10 second baseman in the league, right? When they traded for him. And I think he's struggling, just like Bo Bichette is, right? They traded for these guys because they thought they were going to get the production that they had at their former teams, right? And so they get into these new teams, and these guys are struggling a little bit starting off. But I think that Marcus Semien is the former more so than he is the latter, right? I think he is a solid player. I think he will turn it around, just like I think Bo Bichette will turn it around. And some of these other guys, I think they're going to turn it around as well. I still think I urge us to take a little patience with these guys, see what they can work out, give them some time. Right now, yes, they're stinking up the joint. And I understand Ray is maybe a little bit more emotional about it because it's his team, it's his baby. But we have to give these guys some time. Like we've seen these kind of things happen, right?
Yeah.
I've used this saying before on the show. Aaron Rodgers said this when everybody was down on him when he was with Green Bay and they were stinking it up. He said, like, everybody calm down.
Okay.
Calm down. Pump your brakes. Calm down. We're still early in the season. It's only 22 games. And, so let's just wait and see.
Yeah. It's not like, Michigan and UConn, right?
Oh, my God.
Could be worse. Mac, let's end this conversation. Go ahead, brother. Eat that pie.
Ray, you might need some of this pie, brother, to help calm you down, just like the great Aaron Rodgers. Everybody calm down. RELAX.
Relax.
We are 22 games into the season. We are not 100 in where we're talking playoff potentials. Ray, you got to give it. And again, America, I'll remind you all, this team is only relevant because of one guy who wants to talk about it today, and that's Raymond all day.
Dude, they've lost 11 in a row. It's news.
I know, but because it's the Mets, and it just so happens, again, they're a relevant franchise because news media thinks that they're important. This is the bottom line. Just like with the NBA at the beginning of the season, the Lakers were on fire. And Ray's like, we're going to the championship. I'm like, Ray, calm down, bro. We're only, bro. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, well, can you shut this guy up, bro? We're too early in the season for this guy to be talking championships. This guy was ready to go pre-order his championship shirt. It came into the season was raving about Luka. But I think we're in the same situation. It's one of them deals where when you're not clicking on all cylinders, it just looks bad. Case in point, the Dodgers, if they're 15-6, they didn't win all of them either so far. I can see if they were undefeated right now, I'd be like, bro. And just like we had the situation with San Antonio Spurs when they were clicking on all cylinders, and I became the president of the Wemby Hater Club. But it's one of them deals when you're doing well, everyone wants to applaud you. When you're not,
Yeah.
you're not. And it just they gotta click. They got all this talent that they acquired that's got to gel well together. At this point, the Dodgers, this is their third. The team that they have, they've all been on the squad since their run the two previous seasons. So their machine is up and running with the vet players. The Mets, as we knew, had this fire sale at the end of last season, which Ray was not happy about, and they finally acquired some talent. It's just they just got to put it together. So
Man, your new nickname is Mack Tommy Lasorda, boy. You're impressing me, dude. Baseball guy, you're Mack Abdul-Jabbar. Now you're Mack Lasorda. Oh my God! Applaud this guy! Wow! Gosh! All right, we're switching gears first. Let me get to some comments. I know people are responding. Sorry, I apologize. Eric, word on Marcus Semien. He was a top 10 second baseman, but he also one bad urine test from PDD and from baseball. He was banned from baseball for most of last year. His signing is a huge risk, so you may want to have the real Marcus Semien minus the PED. Yes, I think we need him with the PED because, dude, I don't know who this guy is. All right, big news in the NFL. Yes, Dexter Lawrence. You say, what happened to Dexter Lawrence? Well, as of April 18th, the New York Giants have traded all-pro defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence to the Cincinnati Bengals for their number 10 pick in the 2026 staff. Little details on Dexter Lawrence. He's a three-time Pro Bowler, and he requested a trade, and he got his wish, and now he's gone. I know Mack is a little sad. I'm going to let Mack go first. Do you think this trade is good for the Giants, good for Cincinnati? Who won on this trade? Why, when, how, and why? Floor is yours.
Okay, America. Now I'm surprised Ray didn't bring this up. Mr. Garvin, aka Mr. Max Facts. I am a diehard New York Giants fan, America. I'm not an Eagle hater. I'm in the middle. I'm the belly of the beast. You know, when Saquon Barkley left, I was not thrilled, but I applauded and clapped for him because he deserved and he got paid. So Dexter Lawrence, I am not happy about this one. I am not happy that he is not on our team. The Bengals did acquire him. The concern with the Giants was his health. Last year, he came in overweight, was not as dominant early in the season, and finally got better as the season went on. And last year, he asked for a trade. They said no. And now this year, the noise got louder probably because of our new head coach. I understand the philosophy of the coach. You should want to be here. You would think he would have stayed because Harbaugh was here. I understood last year why he wanted to leave because we were a dumpster fire as a franchise. No one knew how to lead and had good ownership, and ownership just let the prisoners run the asylum, and I just am like, wow, now that we have some veteran established leadership at head coach, and now you still want to lead. So I'm disappointed. I know we got him for a 10th pick. Great, good for you. Well, what are you going to get at 10? I don't know. I'm still mad because the trade happened.
All right. Walt, what you got?
So as far as who I think won this trade, I think definitely the Bengals defense improved the most from this. We still have to wait and see what this 10th pick is going to turn into for the Giants, who they're going to select with that selection. Dexter Lawrence, he's been in the top 10 the last 3 years. In 2023, he was ranked number 2 as a defensive tackles. And then 2024, he was number 3. Last year, he had a little bit of a dip, but he was still in the top 10 ranked number 9. So he brings it every season, right? I think he's going to bring it again. As we saw last year, the Bengals defense was atrocious for most of the season. They improved later in the season, but they were still pretty bad. Teams were putting up numbers on them, right? And they had to score a bunch of points to try to even win some of the games. So Dexter Lawrence is going to help that defensive line out tremendously. The Giants, yes, it's going to hurt them, but they still had a pretty good line last year. So I think that's what the Giants are looking at. They're looking at the other pieces outside of Dexter Lawrence, and they're saying, hey, we have other guys that can step in and kind of hopefully give similar, or even if you come with Dexter Lawrence light, that's still good production, right? Because I think last year, the Giants' defensive line ranked number 3 in all the NFL. their overall defense was porous, but the defensive line was in the top 5 last year. So kudos to both sides. I think the Bengals edged this out for me because of the talent of Dexter Lawrence, but the Giants walk away with the 10th pick, guys.
All right. I think the Bengals won this trade by far. A 3-time Pro Bowler for 2 picks that could potentially lead to something great, but you don't know. I'd rather have a proven commodity on the field than a potential great player. And Dexter Lawrence is already great. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. He gets it done, to Walt's point. And I feel like you're rolling the dice. We've seen top 10 picks be complete busts. They get on the field and they're garbage in the NFL. So I feel like Dexter Lawrence threw a fit. The Giants said, all right, we're letting you go. We'll take the pick and root for the best. I mean, they may get lucky, and maybe this 10th pick could be a phenomenal corner, phenomenal lineman, defensive player, who knows? But like we said on the show, how many number 1s and number 2 picks have turned into complete busts? So I feel like with Dexter Lawrence, you know what you're getting. Yes, to Mack's point as well, he came in overweight. He's lost the weight. He's still a Pro Bowler. He's still that dude. And he's only 28. He's not 37. He's not 35. 28. I'm sorry, dude. I think this is tough for the Giants, and I think Dexter Lawrence is going to do some damage on Cincinnati. Cincinnati's going to get a lot better. So we shall see. All right, we're switching gears, and we're going to talk about somebody that's important to me and important to both of you should be. Who is the highest paid kicker in the NFL right now? It's Brandon Aubrey. That's right, folks. Brandon Aubrey just signed a 4-year, $28 million contract, including $20 million guaranteed and a $7 million signing bonus. This makes him numero uno, the highest paid kicker in the NFL. Cowboys didn't flinch. They said, you know what? Brandon Automatic Aubrey deserves his money. I will start this off by saying you deserve this money, Brandon. You earned it. You are a phenomenal kicker. NFL games have been lost and won by a field goal. And if you have somebody this good, you don't want to lose him. He's an Australian kicker. He has the leg. Pay this dude his money. I am done. Woosah, woosah. Walt, what you got?
Look, he's definitely one of the top kickers in the league. He wasn't number 1, but he was number 4 out of all the stats. So you want to pay this guy like he's the number 1 kicker? Sure, go ahead. Get him. He's been accurate all his whole career. You don't have to question him. He's like probably the surest thing for the Dallas Cowboys right now. You know, Dak has old man ankles. We don't know if George Pickens is gonna throw a temper tantrum or anything like that. We don't know what crazy man Jerry Jones is gonna do, or anything like that. So kudos to them for locking this down and getting this right. But look, man, the Cowboys, is this gonna make them win the Super Bowl? No, it's not.
Oh yeah.
So congrats for paying the guy, number 1 kicker in the league. We still might miss the playoffs.
I don't know. We shall see. Mack, I know you're disappointed. I know you don't like Brandon Aubrey. But go ahead.
All right. Okay. So, full disclosure, America, 4 episodes ago, we had the open discussion about 5 episodes ago. It's 4. We had an open conversation of why are we talking about the kicker on our show? Why are we having a discussion of whether or not this guy was going to get paid or not on my brother? The only reason why, this is another team. The only reason why it matters because Jerry Jones in the Dallas and America, full disclosure, Ray happens to be a diehard Dallas fan.
Really?
Imagine that.
I didn't know that. That's really
that. The 3 topics today so far, and we're going to get to Lakers topics also too.
No, we probably won't, but all right.
Okay, but Jerry Jones is infamous for making news out of nothing. There is no reason why we need to know that Brandon Aubrey signed a 4-year. He complained about getting paid. Now, I understand, the whole reset the market, but, bro, you're the kicker. You're not even on the field full time. You don't even get your jersey dirty. This makes no sense that we're talking about this guy. But because it's Dallas and the presence that their franchise demands, it is on national news running. So am I happy for the guy? Sure. I mean, he's going to get paid. Now, here's the real issue. Let him not kick one of these field goals as detrimental to win or loss, and they'll bring up the fact like you paid this crumb $28 million. Really, Jerry? However, sometimes we've seen this happen too. Players get the money and all of a sudden lose their focus. However, he's the kicker, which his mentality is different, but we've seen players get paid and just lax and because they got paid. So I'm thinking this man obviously put the work in and the time. I mean, kudos to him, but just like we all know, right now Pickens, Walt just brought it up. Pickens is probably going to be mad, like you gonna pay this dude versus me who's trying to ball out there. And then we had to talk about this 2 weeks ago on our show about a little disrespectful the way Jerry's been acting lately, as far as like comments and making a reference to him. Like it's very disparaging comments that he made, and it became news, and it's unfortunate. But we do know for a fact that, Pickens is going to get signed. Kudos to Aubrey. I mean, for getting paid. Good for him. And just like the last time, I'm going to mention his name towards the end of the episode. I'm going to ask our viewers to remember who he is, and they're probably going to be like, Aubrey who? Exactly. That's how much energy he deserves on our show. But
highest paid kicker in the NFL. That's news. Yeah. He deserves it. All right.
I get a question. Hold on. Here's a max facts for you. What is the name of the kicker that is in the Hall of Fame? Who knows? Let me know.
All right. Let's see. Someone's going to respond to that. We're switching to hoops. We all can agree about this stuff. And we're going to start with the team that Mack has the most hate for. The San Antonio Spurs beat the brakes out of Portland, 111-98, go up 1-0 already. I will say this. I will start off. I think this will probably be a sweep. I think San Antonio's for real. Portland, I'm shocked they're even there. I didn't think they were even going to make it into the playoffs. They're on borrowed time. They got in because God just wanted them to get in there some way, somehow. I don't see how they're going to win a game. I mean, they got mopped up, slapped up, up, down, left, right, body shots, uppercuts. Is there any chance this could become a series, or do you see this being a 4 or 5 and done? I will start with you, Mack.
Okay, full disclosure. Listen, were we shocked that the Spurs won? We shouldn't be. I 100% thought they were going to win also too. They're the Royal Machine. As much as I am a Wemby hater, my stance on him is still the same. The guy looks like twigs with skin. I mean, he runs kind of like an awkward, like giraffe when he runs, but he plays well. I will say he does above the rim, but it's hard for him when you're 7'6" to play above the rim. But what I will say is this. He has the confidence and the poise, and he is not joking around. He flat out said, I want to be MVP. Why would I not want to be MVP of the league? So right now he is playing lights out. Portland has no chance with that guy on the court.
Walt?
Period.
Yeah, Mack is absolutely right. They don't have a Wemby stopper, right? And nobody, they don't have an answer for Wemby. And as long as they can't answer that, they don't have a shot in my book. I think this is going to be a sweep. If by some miracle Portland wins a game, it's going to probably be one of the home games that they sneak in. If San Antonio has an off night, that'll be the only way. But I think San Antonio is in it for, to compete. They really want that. They really want to compete with the rest of the teams in the West, improve their dominance, improve their legitimacy as a team. So I think that Portland is going to be in Cancun in a couple of weeks.
Okay. All right. We're moving gears. The Knicks, they're up 1-0 after defeating the Atlanta Hawks 113-102. Jalen Brunson had 28. They were leading most of the game. There were little spurts there where Atlanta made it close. I see this probably going 5. I mean, Atlanta played tough, but there was no answer for Cat. Jalen Brunson went off. Atlanta looks good, but they're still missing one piece, I think. I don't know what they're missing, but there's something just not right. So I don't see this going more than 5. I don't see this going 6 or 7. I'll let Walt kick this off. Do you see this other than a 4 or 5 game sweep, or do you see this some way, somehow extending to 6 or 7?
I think that it's going to go to 6, in my opinion. I think they'll go 6 games, and I think that the Hawks will pull out at least, a win or two from their side. I think they can definitely compete. Uh, Nikhil Alexander, or Alexander Walker was his name.
Yeah.
He had a terrible game shooting
Mhm.
wise, and so if he made a couple of different shots, we might be talking about an upset right now if he had a different game. So that they have the capability to compete with the Knicks. They're a young team. I think that's where their inexperience is going to hurt them. The Knicks have the veteran savvy. Cat has been there before. Brunson has been there before in the playoffs. Hart, all those guys have been in the playoffs. The one weak link for the Knicks might be Mikal Bridges,
Mm.
whatever. So, but I think that the Hawks are gonna keep the Knicks on their toes. I don't think it's gonna be a sweep at all. It may be a gentleman's sweep, maybe 5 games, but I think it's gonna go 6.
All right, Mac, what you got?
Well, I said this last week. It's a shame that their best player got traded to the Wizards. He's in destination no man's land. I mean, it's unfortunate, man. Just like we said, the Knicks are gonna roll all over Atlanta. I mean, they have players, but they have a lot of B-roll players. They have a lot of 6-man off the bench players. They just don't have a quality team to really make noise. It's one of them deals where we know the marquee players with the Knicks. There's no marquee players in Atlanta. They got a team. Good for them. Are they selling out their seats in their stadium? No, because there's no big draw player on their team to market. Their best guy they traded to the Wizards. And I just feel bad for him. I'm like, dang, bro. The one year they're finally trying to make some noise and they cut him loose. So I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just not going to give credit for a guy who's not on their team now. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. But it's just one of them deals where we know Jalen Brunson gets out, JB gets on a roll, it's over. Like, you know what I mean? And should they win this round? They absolutely should. Why should they not? Tell me why they're not going to win. I'll wait. But if they don't, I'll be stunned. But I will say this, like I said last week, the mid-season championship, the Knicks won. They sure did. And I said, they celebrated like they won the chip as if we're selling merchandise out in front of the stadium after the game. I was stunned how super hyped they were. And I'm like, this is mid-season. Good for you. But they were celebrating like it was the championship, bro. And I was like, wow, maybe that's the only thing now we're going to see this year.
I will say this. There was a lot of Knicks fans talking a lot of trash. I'm like, dude, hey, it's game 1. To Walt's point, dude, some Atlanta players just had bad games, so it wasn't like you were dominating them. So I agree. I still think they're going to win this, but I'm going to say 6. I think Atlanta could pull off 1 or 2 out of this. But I think the Knicks should win just because they just have Cat and they have Jalen, and when Jalen's Jalen, you can't stop him. So we shall see. All right, switching gears, the Nuggets and Nikola Jokic, Walt's favorite player on the planet. I don't know why. Defeated Minnesota. Jamal Murray, 30 points. They call him playoff Jamal now. What do you think of this, and where do you see this series going? I'll let Walt kick this off since he's the president of the Nikola Jokic fan club.
Look, I'll be the president of the Joker Club, right? I think that we have to understand, like, look, in spades, I don't know if you fellas partake, but in spades, when you play with the Jokers, or if you play with the Jokers, you got to have the big Joker, right? So Jokic is the big Joker, right? So he is, I think, the reason why the Denver Nuggets are where they are. Jamal Murray, yes, he shows up in the playoffs. When they went on that run to win the championship, Jamal Murray was lights out. I think we're getting that version of Jamal Murray right now again. I think they're healthy. And I think the Joker, he's absolutely, as far as in my book, he's the top big man in the league right now. And is he MVP? I don't know. That's for the voters to decide. But he's had a dominant season stat-wise. He's led the league in rebounding and assists this year. He even though he's not athletic, I know it's not pretty to watch him play, but he gets it done and he's consistent with it, right? So because of that, because of Denver's makeup as a team, Minnesota's going to push them. But I just Minnesota needs something else. I don't know what it is. They have Ant-Man. They have their guy, but I think they there's really no Robin to his Batman. I know that's supposed to be Julius Randle.
Mm-hmm.
The Denver Nuggets have that. You have the Batman and Robin thing with Murray and the Joker. But when you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves, when you look at the Wolves, they don't really have that Robin. It's like, Batgirl and outfit.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Mac, before I go to you, you mentioned spades. I don't know if you knew this, but me and Mac are the spades tag team champions of the world.
I was gonna throw that in. I'm
I
like,
was like, I don't know if you ever want this, but you ever want some spades? Oh my God. He doesn't know. Do we need to come out with the tag belts and bring our space tag champions?
I won on my ship. I won the championship on my ship. Like, so me and my boy, we took it down. We won like $500 on the ship out of thousands of people. So
you do not. Oh my God! All right, let's go. I don't know. He wants this. Mac, I'm gonna let him go. I'll let you go.
I don't know if he wants this smoke, bro. Like,
he don't want this smoke. He doesn't.
He
really.
People out of rooms too, brother. Way back.
Had people crying. Had people fighting.
Right, man. Go home, like left. So listen. Let's not forget one other piece that the Nuggets do have. They got Aaron Gordon too. Let's not hate on Gordon. Like, I understand Jamal is his right-hand man. However, the triple threat or three the hard way, like Aaron Gordon is the third element for them. It's crazy. It's crazy because Ant went on record and said Joker's a bad man. Like, he went on record and said, yo, Nikola Jokic, he's the truth, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he knows he's the problem. He knows if the Joker's not on the squad, they're not winning. They know it also, too. He is a quiet veteran presence he is the machine, the oil that makes it all move on the court. They know it. They're in good rhythm and flow, and that's why 160 and 105, I'm surprised it wasn't more. And Ant knows if I don't figure out a way to take this guy out, we're not winning. And it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? I'm concerned that this will be a gentleman's sweep, 4-0 out the door. Listen, if they win this second game and it's like 120-98, there'll be fans in the audience with brooms, bro. Like, it's gonna get bad for them, It's just unfortunate, and Ant knows. And see, this is another guy. He's it. There's no one else, just like you said, Walt. Like, I don't know what they need, but they need more than what they got. And I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves, man. Like, they can't. Minnesota has struggled to keep talent, man. And this is one of these situations. They drafted him. And if they don't acquire some talent around him, he's gone. And I wouldn't blame him.
All right. I will end it with this. I thought Julius Randle was going to be that Robin. I think the Knicks were smart. They knew what they were doing when they got rid of him. He's definitely not. To Walt's point, to Mac's point, he's not that guy. I think he's a solid player, but he's not a Jamal Murray second-tier Robin guy. He's just not. Mac, you hit it right on the head. I can see Ant-Man leaving because he is that good, and he's like, dude, I want a ring. I'm young. I can't stay here 5 more years and keep eating plates of lose, which Walt would face if he played us in spades, but that's another story. But he just, yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Mac. Like, I love Ant-Man. I could see it in his face. Like, he's like, dude, I can't do this by myself. I'm facing a 3-headed monster, and I'm getting nobody here to do this. I cannot do this by myself. I'm facing the Joker, Jamal, and Gordon, dude. Like, that's hard. And, yeah, dude, I don't know. I think they're in a lot of trouble, and is hurt. But still, dude, like, you got to have some backup. So we shall see. Speaking of butt whippings, Boston laid a smackdown on Philly, 123-91. Jaylen Brown at 26. I'm calling sweep right now. Philly looks bad, and Boston looks good. They got the 2-headed monster. You got Tatum back. You got Brown back. I'm like, dude, Boston looks good. They look good like me and Mac when they play spades and we're the tag champions. It looked good like that. Yeah, it looked good like that. So I'm calling sweep. Tag Spades champion Mack. What do you got?
Oh, brother Spades, alumni, enthusiast extraordinaire. I could not agree. Let's just go ahead and throw the nah. Hey, like it is over. And again, it's the problem. Joel Embiid's got spleen or whatever. The best ability world is availability. That guy has not been healthy an entire season, I think, since they've had him. I don't know why they have not tried to deal this dude. You're right. Who wants a broken lawnmower? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he just cannot stay healthy, bro. And the year he won the MVP 2 seasons ago from Djokovic, and I'm like, this was a joke. Oh, it's got to be him, hands down. That's the first season he played well and how long or consistently enough to even win. So I don't know, man. Like, it's over. It's over.
Well,
look, this is how I feel. It should be a sweep, 4 games. You know, Boston may get lazy one game like they did that year they won the championship against my team, the Miami Heat, and they let us win one or whatever. But it was a gentleman's sweep. But I don't think that this is going to go past 5 games. If it doesn't go past 4, I think that Philly is way outmatched. Boston is the superior team. They have the superior core players. These guys know what they're doing, and I think they're on a mission. I think Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics with Tatum and those guys, they're on a mission to put the league on notice and say, you guys wrote us off when my boy Tatum was out. Now he's back, and we're coming for that. You know what?
You know it, bro. All right. Another butt whipping. Oklahoma City Thunder laid the smackdown on Phoenix. 119-84. Shea Floppy Gildas dropped 25. Dude, I feel bad for Devin Booker. I am a Booker fan. I think he's a great player, but dude, he's another one. He should leave. He's never going to get a ring on this team. If I was Phoenix, I would throw in the white towel like Walt would do if his partner played Mina Mack in spades. I would just quit and call this right now. I'm calling OKC in 4. This is a wrap. Mac, what you got?
I'll let you split it to Walt. Go ahead, Walt.
Walt. You want Walt to go? Okay.
Yeah.
So look, Ray, I got to speak to the spades thing. You're talking a lot of noise, like a lot of Lakers and Cowboy fans do. You're talking a lot of noise. Put your money where your mouth is one day.
I will. Trust me, I will.
We'll see. And then we're going to see who's going to be wearing the humble pie shirt. All right?
Okay.
There you go. All right. So, OKC, and I think, look, can we just, like, give this team a mulligan against OKC? Like, just say, like, hey, we're tapping out. We're done. Just give them a first-round pass and just let them go on to the next level. Like, hey, skip, go, like skip, go all the way to go.
I'm gonna applaud that.
This is not even going to be a series for real, right? Like these guys are not going to be able to compete with this team. OKC is the defending championships. They're back. I think they were the number 1 seed in the West for a reason.
Yeah.
And look, these guys are trying to repeat, right? They're hungry for it as well. And I don't know. I don't think this is even television worthy. Like they shouldn't even put this on. Like you can put this on the radio. You know what I'm saying? If you want to listen to it. But yeah.
All right. Spades tag champion Mac, what you got?
So so here's some Max facts that you guys may not know. Before I even talk about it, we're going to talk about SGA specifically. Do you guys know what team SGA was on that traded him from the team before he got to OKC? Between the 3 of you, do either of you know the team he was on before he got to OKC?
The Clippers.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was on the Clippers.
Yes. The fact that the Clippers traded him when Kawhi Crumb Leonard got there and said, I want Paul George. If you don't get Paul George, I'm not coming. They let SGA go to OKC, traded him to OKC.
Oh my God,
picks.
that's right.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Mac Abdul-Jabbar.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fact of now, they are a franchise. It's like the owner's got to be like, we did what? We let him go. Gee, who? I authorized that? I did. Are you sure I authorized that? I did. Okay, yeah, he authorized that trade. And it's amazing, bro, just to see the turnabout. Now, listen, let's be full disclosure. When he got to OKC, I didn't think he was going to be what he is now. Who saw that coming? Nobody did. But they figured out something, the elixir or whatever, and they became this juggernaut. And then last year they won the chip. Listen, Oklahoma, those guys will never, ever pay for a meal again in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Those guys are walking on water wherever they go. And SGA, to his credit, the MVP of the league, the MVP of the series, that brother deserved it. He's balling. So you're right. The fact that, again, you're right. They've got a team out there. The Phoenix does have a team. But you're right. He should be asking to leave too. I mean, KD left him. I'm like, dang, man.
Well, you brought up a valid point. That trade was crazy. I believe they got Gallinari and a first-round pick for Paul George. Wow,
they got multiple first-round picks.
Wow.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
For Paul
Wow.
George. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's not even on the team.
That's crazy, dude. Oh my God. That's wow, Mac. That's gotta be one of the woo. I'm absorbing this. I'm like, that's gotta be one of the worst trades in basketball history. Woo!
Oh my
Shea
God.
Gilly for oh my God.
Yep.
All right. There was one upset. The Orlando Magic behind Banchero, 23 points, beat Detroit in Detroit, 111-101. Orlando looks scrappy. Orlando looks hungry. Cunningham had a great game, so I can't even blame him. I will start with Mac. Is Orlando for real? Could they actually win this series?
This is one of the head scratcher moments right now. Like, I'm like, what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were supposed to win the game, yeah, but you didn't show up. I mean, they played. It's and their guy, he was back. And he played well. Like he really played well. And it's just unfortunate everyone else didn't show up. I mean, I'm sorry. They didn't show up in time. They were playing well at one point. I think at one point it was only like 5 or 6 points, maybe 4, and then they just steamrolled at the end, man. They just couldn't close. And I'm just like, wow, man. Like, I don't think Orlando's making it past this though. Like, we all thought that Detroit was going to win, so I was shocked.
All right, Walt, what you got, brother?
Orlando, I think that when they play good, they're able to compete with anybody, right? I think this is kind of what it was. I think everybody was kind of on Detroit, expecting them to come in and win game one. We've seen this happen before. You're expecting one team to come out and win it, and then the other team wins. Kind of like give you that shock to your system, that jolt that you need. Mm-hmm. And I think this is what the Detroit needed, right? To kind of like step back and say, okay, hey, we need to get our stuff together and figure this thing out, because they shot, a little over 40%. The Magic shot, almost at 50%, which is really good for them. And the Orlando Magic won the battle of the boards. They beat them in assists. Detroit had 2 more turnovers. So statistically, that's why Orlando won the game. Orlando got up 13 more shots than the Pistons did as well. So the Orlando Magic, like overall, like they took possession of this game, and that's why they won it. I think we're going to see Detroit bounce back from this, and I think this series is going to go 6 games. I still favor Detroit right now. I think this is going to be a competitive series. I do have Orlando winning 1 more game, but I think Detroit is going to win 4-2.
All right. I'm going to side with Walt. I'm going to still ride with Detroit.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to go 6 as well. I think Orlando's a good team. I slept on them. I will, give them their props, dude. That team is a nice, well-oiled machine. They shoot well. They play good defense. So, yeah, I could see this going 6. Would I be amazingly shocked if it went 7? No, because Orlando's they played very feisty. Like you said, I mean, they're not always going to shoot 50%. So because of that, I feel like Detroit's, very gritty team. So if they don't win this one at home, this is a must win. So they got to win this game. If they lose this one, then all bets are off. Then they could lose this in 5 or 4. But if they win this game, then I'm going to say they're going to take it in 6. Would you guys concur, Mac?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, you're right. And Walt, you made a good point. It shook them up. They were in the locker room, and the coach probably freaking out and flipping out on them. And Orlando's like, "Yo, we won the game."
Yeah.
Like they might be shocked that they won, or the coaches go, "This is what I'm talking about. If we stay focused out, and like, the coach, they're gonna give their rah-rah speech. He should. I don't think the coach even thought they were going to win, but we've seen it happen before. Better team, it's just there wasn't their night, and now, just like we all said, if Orlando wins the second game, we'll hold on. Whoa. Now, if Detroit bounces back and crushes them like 120-101, this is exactly what we thought.
Yeah.
It's over now, so yeah.
Well,
yeah, we're gonna wait and see. Like, I think that when we look at the starters, and Cunningham had to do everything, right?
yes.
That's kind of why, because he almost had 40, right? So you would think, oh, Cunningham had 39, so Detroit should have won the game. I think they do better when he's a little bit more balanced. So he doesn't have to necessarily score as much. He can assist and and facilitate a little bit more, and his guys score. There were only 2 players on the team that night for Detroit that were in double digits.
Yes.
Orlando had 5 that night.
That's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah.
So,
It was very
Duncan
one-sided with that.
Data.
Yes,
Yeah.
Duncan Data. All right. The Cleveland Cavs stomped a mud hole in Toronto. Spider Mitchell did his thing, dropped 35. Cleveland looked very good. I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to say Cleveland takes this in 4. I think they looked really, really good. That team is a very well-oiled machine. I'm a big Donovan Mitchell fan, so maybe I'm a little biased because of him, but dude, Cleveland looks legit. I think they're going to just pounce these guys to the ground. What you got? Do you think Toronto will come back here? Do you think this is going to go 4, 5, 6? What you got?
I think it'll go 5 games. It'll be a gentleman's sweep. Toronto will steal 1 game somehow, some way. They'll sneak 1 out. And I think that Cleveland is the better team here. Harden is added to a roster that, made it, a pretty good run last year. So you add Harden to that. These guys are trying to go, I think it's going to be between Cleveland and Boston, for who takes the Eastern Conference right this year. So I think that, easy, hands down. It's going to go, I'm guessing 5 games. I wouldn't be surprised if it is a sweep, though.
Okay. Mac, what you got?
Clear. Cha-chum. Okay, call it. It's over in 4. For Cleveland. All right, bro, this is over, man. Toronto, they have nobody also, too, bro, in their roster. Who can you name as a marquee? Every team needs to have at least 2 guys on their roster. I don't even know. I mean, Kawhi Leonard played for him. I mean, that's all I know about Toronto, man. They have no chance, bro. Like, you can warm the paddles up and clear and try and jump them again, bro. They just it's over, man. Like, I appreciate you, just like you said, can we do a mulligan and just move them on? Like, it was a blowout. The beard was rolling, bro. You know what I'm saying? Harden. Now, here's the only thing I can say. Here's the only thing. This is the problem with Harden. When he gets to the playoffs, sometimes he shrinks. We've seen it happen. All of a sudden gets butterfingers with the ball, loses focus. I don't know what it is. Hopefully Spider can really reel him in. Like, bro, I've seen what you've done before. This is a different era, a different time. But for some reason, this has happened to Harden before, where he shrinks or don't know how to shoot a ball. It happens, man. So I'm concerned. I think they're going to win hands down. Maybe they might get 1 just because if Harden falls off the wagon again or something happens to him. So maybe 5. It looks like on the outside it's going to be 4.
All right.
So, yeah.
All right. Our last topic before we get into it, I want to say I spoke to another good friend of mine. His name is God. And I said, God, I really would like the Lakers to win. Can you make something happen? He said, don't worry. you have Luke. I said, Luke Skywalker? He's like, no. Luke from the Two Live Crew? He's like, no. You have Luke Money Kennard. Because the Lakers did win 107-98. People are going to say, oh, Kevin Durant hurt his knee. Blah, 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 blah. Guess what? We have no Ozempiluka. We have no Austin Reeves. I don't want to hear it. If Kevin Durant misses this series, I don't care. It counts. It counts. It counts. Don't sleep on Money Luke Kennard. There were several episodes where you guys were saying, oh, Babe Ginsett for Luke Kennard. Who cares? Blah, blah, blah. What happened? Luke Kennard is one of the best three-point shooters out there. He is that dude from behind the arc. He is your father. He is Luke. He is the guy. I am very happy. God said, don't worry. We got this. LeBron had a trip dub. Luke had his game. I don't know why Dalton connected and played. They actually called Bronny up. So that says, Dalton, boy, these guys really don't like you. I don't know what happened there. But needless to say, 1-0, looking good. Game 2 tomorrow. We see what will happen. There is rumors that Ozempiluka could be back by Game 3. If Ozempiluka is back by Game 3, woo! I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I am a diehard Laker fan. I don't know if I ever told you guys this. I never mentioned this on the show. But yes, I'm a big Laker fan. So this makes me very happy. When I end this show, I'm going to go and do a happy dance in a corner. So I'm enjoying this moment. Thank you so much. Mack, the floor is yours.
Well, America, I told you, it just so happens that Raymond all day is a diehard Lakers fan, hence his logo and the background here for our show. So listen, it was amazing to see that Bronny got to play. I will give kudos. It was a 100% PR move, both of them on the court in the playoffs. I mean, they did win the game. My concern is going to be the same circumstance. I mean, LeBron had to do everything. They did get the dub. You're right. Your boy Luke used the force and dropped the threes, Luke. You know. So
Can I applaud that real quick? Let me applaud that real quick. Hold on.
I just don't think it's sustainable for him. And you're right, Kevin Durant. All right, he got banged up a little bit in the game. Well, that's why they won. You can say what you want to say, but LeBron was on fire. I just don't think he can sustain this for 5 more, 6. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think at least 6.
All right. Well,
what you got? So look, this is what I have to say, right? Kudos to the Lakers. They won game 1. But let's take a look at the stats, right? The Lakers shot a total of 66 shots. The Rockets shot 93, right? The percentage overall is that the Rockets were under 38% total field goal percentage. The Lakers were over 60%, almost 61%. From 3, they were almost 52%. That is not their normal statistics. The Lakers don't play like that. They don't shoot like that. So think about this. If the Rockets didn't shoot under 38% that night, under 34% from 3 that night, this would not even be a statistic. We wouldn't even be talking about this. I think kudos to Ray and his team, the Lakers and all that stuff. Kudos for Luke and stuff like that. But if they shot, even if the Rockets even made just 10 more shots, they would have won the game. It would have been a blowout, right? So kudos to them. The Rockets had an off night. They were dominant on the boards. They out-rebounded the Lakers. They out-rebounded the offensive rebounds were in favor of the Rockets by 18. It was 21-3. So yes, the Lakers had a great shooting night. But, man, I don't think the Lakers are going to have a chance in hell unless your boy Luka comes back like Jesus out of the sky and saves these guys. I like because Kevin Durant is coming back.
No, he's not.
They got Kevin Durant is coming back, and they got 1 game from the Rockets. This is going to probably go 6 games in my estimation, and that's if Luka has a chance to come back later on in the series. They're saying that he might miss the first round, according to reports that I'm reading. I don't know what reports you're reading. I know you talking to Space God about Luka, but we'll see.
All right. First of all, Kevin Durant's still not 100% cleared yet. He has a knee concussion, so he still could be out. And Luka will be back game 3. And you say ifs, and I've said this before. If ifs were a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Mm-hmm.
If I was 7 inches tall, I'd be playing in the NBA. If I could run a 9.5 100-yard dash, I'd be in the Olympics. They didn't because Uncle Luke is a 3-point beast. You snipping on Uncle Luke. You didn't give him his props. You said he was bad like Gabe Vincent. I told you you were crazy.
Nope.
And that's what happened. John Drayton actually didn't too. So you can hate on you want on Uncle Luke.
You got lucky. You shot almost 61%.
Yes, so, because you have a 60% 3-point shooter. You have Uncle Luke. He's that dude.
Kudos. But you still, if the Rockets just made 45% of their shot, they still would have beat. Y'all would have shot. Then the Lakers still had the game they had. They still would have lost. Ray.
But,
they got lucky.
And if the Lakers would have shot 70%, they would have won by more. But they didn't. They didn't. They didn't. Yes. Besides being the Joker fan president, you were the Luke Kennard hater. Mack.
Yeah, there you go. He's a new president.
He's another president. He's got 2 Yeah, he don't like Luke Kennard. I don't know why. Maybe Luke did something to him. Maybe he owes him money or something. I don't know. But you have disdain for Luke Kennard. I like Luke Kennard. He played a great game. I give you
never mentioned this guy until this
Don't come crying to me and Matt when your Lakers out of the playoffs in a couple of days. Yep. All right.
Okay.
Oh, well, see, then we won't want to talk about it.
Oh, we will talk about it.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
We will talk about it. We will talk about it. If the Lakers lose, they're gonna lose. But I will say this. If Durant does not play and the Lakers win, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear, oh, wow, because Kevin Durant didn't play, blah, 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 blah. That's my only caveat. If he doesn't play, it counts. We have no King Luka, and we have no Hillbilly Kobe Austin Reeves. So we're down 2. So we should have gotten stomped on, but we have the force of Luke. Luke.
I am
the final buzzer. This is where you can ask us anything about everything. You could comments out. Let's get to Tim Gonzalez. He's in the house. Luke is the greatest thing of all time. That's right. Luke Kennard is that dude. I agree with you so much, Tim. God bless you. Yes. Pistons will bounce back and then we'll win the series. Let's not panic. I agree with that as well.
Yeah, calm down. Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Eric, raising the Mr. Spiritual Awakening. I like that. You know what? I applaud that as well. That was actually very funny. Oh, my goodness. All right. All top 5 artists to groups that came out of the Motown records. Woo! Wow, they have to come out of Motown? Oh, man.
Well, there's okay. All right. So we're gonna start with the legendary The Jacksons. We all know, they got this movie that's coming out called Michael. You got obviously the Temps, the Four Tops, the Supremes.
He said solo artists too.
He said top 5 artists. No, it's artists or groups. Okay, and then let me see. I said the Supremes, and then Stevie. Christ.
Okay. Walt, give me your 5.
I think Matt kind of named them all, right? You got Marvin. You got Marvin Gaye. You got the Jackson 5.
Did not think of Marvin.
You got the Supremes. You got the Four Tops. You got Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. I think if I didn't name it, Mac did. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say Mike, the Jacksons, Stevie, Marvin Gaye. Wasn't Guy signed to Motown?
No. They were signed to Jive Records.
Jive.
Under their yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Jacksons. I'm gonna go Marvin. I'm gonna go Stevie. The Temptations, and not Stevie. Smokey Robinson.
Okay.
There's
well,
some
you know
others
what?
we're missing.
Well, you know what? Walt just commented on something. How about Boys and Men? Motown Philly.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what?
forgot
Yeah,
all
Boys to
about
Men's
that.
got to go on there. I am so sorry. Boys to Men,
And you
100%.
know what? D'Angelo was a solo artist too. I mean, God rest his soul. He passed away late last
Oh,
year.
okay.
Yeah, D'Angelo was on Motown Records also too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot D'Angelo. God rest his soul. All right, that was a great show, guys. I want to thank you guys for being back. It is good to have my guys back. Felt good. Very cathartic.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, I'll let you say goodbye first. What you got, brother?
Glad to be back with my fellas. It was a hell of a show. I appreciate you boys. And America, if you want to know about payroll, search It's About Payroll to learn about your paycheck or any other questions you have about pay. Support, like, tell a friend to tell a friend. We love you. Talk with you
All
later.
right. Stay in the studio, brother. All right, Sir Mack, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're here. Say what you have to say, brother.
Okay, well, I'm live in location, like I said before, in Orlando. However, I want to talk about two things that are important. There's a new artist we're supporting. Her name is Lonnie Best. It's spelled Lanibest. Her album is called I Write How I Feel. So please support her. She's on all streaming platforms, a great artist. She's got very compelling stories. And as usual, I want to shout out to Garvin's Getaways to IntelliTravel. For any of your travel needs, whether it be certified Disney. My actual wife is here now doing that, doing work for her brand, helping a person really get involved for Disney. We also specialize in Universal. If you have any travel needs for on a boat, for Royal Caribbean, NCL, whatever your needs may be, please inbox me and I will share information with her.
Thank you, brother. All right, stay in the studio. Great show. I am happy. We are back. The three amigos are back in business. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting us again. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, boinkstudios.com. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat station, 6 o'clock. We will bring more heat, more thunder. Have a good night, guys. God bless.